How many pedals do you have that can harness the power of light? I ask because the Death by Audio / Levitation collaboration Psychedelic Lightmare, not Nightmare, does just that. And I have to say, even for DBA, this pedal is wild, so let's check it out. Welcome to Get Offset. My name is Emily, and you are just a ray of sunshine. And that's great because Psychedelic Lightmare, which is limited to 33 units ever, is a light responsive reverb / tremolo pedal that, quote, unlocks a massive spectrum of sounds, warping your tone in ways you never thought possible. Well, we'll see about that. So obviously we should start with routing and controls. We have stereo ins and outs, which is a great start. We have gain on the far left, which controls the output level. You can crank it for a powerful overdriven boost, or you can go softer, dealer's choice. Next we have reverb blend, which controls the mix between the dry signal and the stereo reverb. All the way to the left is no reverb, all the way to the right is almost completely wet if not full wet, and noon is 50-50. Reverb time sets the decay length of the reverb, quote, ranging from a tight room to a vast, hyper-realistic space cave. Increasing the warp range and playing in darkness extends the reverb time even farther into the void. We'll get there in a second. Trem adjusts the tremolo speed. It can be fully off and can range from slow hypnotic waves to wild ring mod sounds. Warp sensor also affects the tremolo, dynamically altering the speed. We've mentioned warp range twice now, but what does it do? Well, it controls how much the light sensor, which you can see down there, influences the sound. All the way down means no influence from the warp sensor / light sensor. Yeah, that's a lot of words. The best way to understand this pedal is to play it. I'm plugged into input R, which is the mono to stereo option. Amp is the Benson Chimera plugin from Mixwave. The guitar is my latest parts caster build, which is loaded with the Seymour Duncan Hot Jazzmaster silencer pickups. We'll start with the tremolo and the warp range down, so we're going to focus on the gain and reverb. And yes, this is a stereo demo. Here's my clean tone. And here is the pedal engaged with everything turned down. It's still adding some compression, and it's kind of neat, but it's not what we're here for. I'm going to move the gain to noon. And crank it. Honestly, this rules as a nasty dirt pedal, but I'm going to turn the gain back to noon or a little bit below it and keep it there. Now let's add a little bit of reverb. There's something very slapbacky about the reverb. I'm going to move it to noon, so that's 50-50, and I'll start increasing the time. By about 3 o'clock, it's on the verge of self-oscillation. So let's take it over the top. So it does go for a long time. I wouldn't call that full self-oscillation, which is fine. Personally, I think my sweet spot for the reverb is blend about 10 and time around 1 or 2. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. If you're already sold on this pedal, there's a link to buy it directly from Levitation in the video description. Just full disclosure, I'm not sure any will still be available since it was limited, and I got this pedal a few days after it went on sale. As of filming, there are still a few left. But I'll also have affiliate links, general affiliate links, to shops like Zounds and Sweetwater. So if you're planning on picking up anything musical, please consider using those links. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but a small portion of each sale made after clicking those links is shared with me. It's a great way to support this channel doing things that, let's be honest with ourselves and each other, we were probably going to do anyway. Now we're going to add the tremolo, no warp range still, at its slowest rate. That is one choppy tremolo, even slowed all the way down. So to be clear, this demo is in stereo, and up until now I've had it hard panned. To be honest, I'm gonna close that gap a bit and pan one side, I think about 75. So 75 left and 75 right, because if you're listening live, like on a stage or through speakers, it probably sounds really cool, but I personally find the hard panning tough with headphones. I'd rather err on the side of headphone users. If you really don't like that I'm doing that, I'll include a link in the video description to an unlisted version of this demo from here on out with hard panning. Okay, let's crank that trem. It's a ring body. Going to turn the tremolo back down. Let's hear the reverb with the warp range swiftly but steadily increasing. So what I'm doing is I'm covering the sensor for now. If you watch the channel a lot, you might notice there's usually a blue light behind me. That's a really cool light I have, and it's also the only light I have that has some interesting features, some modes, so to say. Let's see, this mode, this mode. Ah, there we go. And let's see how this warp range affects the tremolo as well. But first, if you're enjoying this, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. Those are great and free ways to support this channel. And if you'd like to financially support Get Offset, you can drop a little tip via the Say Thanks button below this video. You can also join the Patreon. For as little as $5 a month, you can get access to the exclusive Get Offset Discord server. And at $10, you get exclusive merch. This light is very distracting, but... So less light is slower, more light is faster. At slower speed, you can't quite freeze the signal to one side, but you can get pretty close. Let me turn this off for a second. And of course, we have to go whole hog, otherwise, what's the point? It almost feels like it doesn't make any difference what notes I'm playing. I should play a diminished chord or something. Can't stop playing it. If you like this video, check out the one on the screen where I assembled this very guitar. It's super fun. Please like, comment, subscribe, and all that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for understanding. Until next time, my name is Emily.